Hey, it's Renee, and today I have no idea where to look at in my camera. I'm filming on my bed rather than on my floor, mostly because I just don't want to sit on my floor, but I really don't know where to look while I'm sitting on my bed, so forgive me. Also, I apologize, I missed yesterday's upload. Had a very busy weekend. I run, that is like one of my biggest passions in my life. I love running, and yesterday was my final race of 2019, and I really went at it with everything that I had. I ended up placing second in my division, which was pretty awesome. Super happy and grateful that I was able to do that. It's just an awesome experience. I've never taken home a ribbon or anything like that before, so very new and exciting for me. It was really cool. I almost cried. Super thankful, super happy. But immediately following that, I went to a festival/conference in Portland, Oregon, and I was there all day after that, and then I've been there at the festival/conference all day today as well. So I'm playing catch up with my October pagan YouTube vlog challenge. And so I'm going to start with day 5 and we'll do day 6 also. So day 5, the word was divination. And oh my goodness, divination. I get so excited about divination. I love divination. I have loved the concept of divination since I was super little, and maybe part of that is because I have always been super sensitive. I've always been able to see and hear things that other people couldn't see and hear, and so maybe divination in some of its forms is kind of like an external validation or proof that there is something else going on in that current situation. Like, if you're hearing a voice or you're sensing a presence and then something comes up on a piece of equipment, that something like comes up on a form of divination that you're doing that somebody else can see tangibly, if you were using a Ouija board, that would be a very obvious and somewhat maybe risky example if you don't know what you're doing, of someone else being very able to feel a presence there or to receive a message. And so I really kind of like it because it's like an external source of validation, and I think that's why I've always kind of been pulled to it. But outside of my own validation needs, I also just plain old love divination. I love the concept that you could communicate with the universe or with the dead, about the future or the past or the present, that you could receive messages somehow, all forms. Like, I really am learning. I'm learning tarot right now. I am learning runes currently. I am learning how to read tea leaves as well. That's something I'm looking into. I'm really new to that one, like super new. And then I am trying to learn just about more types of divination in general. Like, I know there's like some wax divination from like candles and things like that I would love to get more into. I think it's awesome. Plus, I know I receive a lot of information or messages from my candle wax, and I would just like to know more about that. But yeah, divination is amazing. One of my most favorite forms of divination ever is, I don't know if you've ever seen them or heard of them, but they are the rods that you hold in your hands. They're an L shape, and people would use them to find water underground, right? So they would cross when there's water underground. And I think they're divining rods or something is what they're formally called, or water rods or something like that. They have official names, but you can also use them for divination, spirit communication, and I get amazing results with spirit communication with those rods. I've had conversations with so many spirits, so many entities using those. They're like a tool of choice for me when doing divination stuff in general, but I absolutely love them. I almost always get responses, unless there's like nothing there that wants to talk, then I don't. But if that's the case, I can always just call in one of my own spirit guides and they'll like play with them, which is always interesting. So there's always like someone that I can talk to with those rods. So I use them quite frequently. I'm really comfortable with that form of divination. I have a really easy time, because it's so energy based, I have a really easy time staying grounded while I'm using them. And I think that's something that makes them so appealing to me, is that it's very easy for me to stay safe while I'm using those, whereas like sometimes other forms of divination, as far as like spirit types of work, I haven't learned to stay as grounded quite yet. So yeah, but I absolutely love divining rods. I think they're great. If you ever want to see a video of me using them or doing some sort of an investigation with them, and trying to contact spirits, let me know, because I've done all that sort of stuff on camera before when it's been appropriate to, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, it's something I enjoy doing, so I would not be opposed to uploading a video the next time that I do that and it's appropriate to share. Obviously, like, I like knowing that it's okay with the people or the spirits that I'm talking to, that I share, and things like that. So I'm really respectful with spirit types of divination. As far as like more like universal energy types of divination, I really love using tarot and oracle cards so much. Anyways, that's my spiel on that. So I want to keep this video pretty short, so the next one actually kind of leads into that. Day 6, which is today, is ghosts, or a ghost, but that's the keyword for day 6. And oh my goodness, I love ghosts. I love the concept of ghosts. I love the concept of spirits. I'm excited about this. I'm talking like louder than normal. I love both of these subjects, spirits and divination, like, because I live in a world that's like constantly filled with like spirit communication and energy stuff, and it's just like an everyday thing for me for the most part. Every once in a while I do have a day where there's like nothing there, and it's really interesting, but my guides are always very much around, and one of my guides happens to be a very tangible spirit, and I guess you could say ghost, but he doesn't really like that term, so maybe he can get used to it in October, I don't know, for Halloween or something. But he's a spirit, and he's around constantly for the most part, so like not a day goes by. So I guess like I could share the first experience that I had with that I remember with a spirit, like maybe the first time I saw a ghost. The first time that I remember seeing a ghost, I was out with family. I don't know if you remember, in one of the previous videos I mentioned this like farm had the barn with the swing and stuff like that. So that property, I was out there and I saw someone just walking across the lawn, and I didn't recognize them, and I asked who it was, and obviously no one else saw it. The second time that I remember very vividly seeing a spirit was in a church building, and I saw like the what do you call that, like the train of a gown or the train of like a long robe or something like that go around the corner in a hallway. And it's important to note, at this point in time I was helping my mom clean the building, no one was in that building except for us, you know. So anyways, those are like the first two experiences that I really remember from really super young that were like crystal clear as far as like I know what I saw, and I know no one else saw it but me. Those are the first two that I really remember being like, okay, like I'm seeing things. But yeah, so anyways, sorry this video is a little bit longer, but it is covering 2 days and explaining why I was gone. I'm excited to catch up on everyone else's vlog challenge. I love seeing everybody else's stuff, and yeah, so hopefully this wasn't too rambly, and I hope you have an amazing rest of October, day 6, and that day 7 starts out extraordinarily. Bye!